Embers of Liberty.
Our country is strong. A great people has been moved to defend a great nation. Terrorist attacks can shake the foundations of our biggest buildings, but they cannot touch the foundation of America.
In the
These acts
councils
shatter
of government,
steel,
we must guard
but they
against
cannot dent
the
the steel.
acquisition of unwarranted influence, whether sought or unsought, by the military-industrial complex.
Inherently and historically oppose the secret society.
We, as Americans, have the capacity now, as we've had in
We
the
decided
past,
long ago
to do whatever
dangers
needs
of
to be done
excessive and unwarranted
to
concealment
preserve this last and
facts
greatest bastion of
far
freedom.
outweigh the dangers
In this
which
present
are cited to
crisis,
justify it.
government is not the solution to our problem. Government is the problem.
Yeah. Okay. He tripped over a what?
A dildo.
John.
Has Jill got her toys out?
Why does Jill have her toys out again?
We told her.
We've got to stop doing this, guys. We can't keep telling the American people that Pop Pop fell. Okay? We can't just, you know what? Just call me when he's out of the hospital. Just call us back when he's out of the hospital.
This is our new phone. It is a direct link to the White House. It even has little ching-chings on it.
It's true.
It makes Pop Pop happy.
It's true. It makes Pop Pop very happy because it ching-chings for him.
There we go. We're nice and smooth now.
Yeah. Okay. So
Just had to
you'll
adjust
have
some
to
settings.
excuse the shit show that this has been tonight, but we've had some
Just updated our hardware.
technical difficulties. Never again. Never again. Unless we get a brand new computer.
We just get a
never
whole
again.
damn new computer.
Yep, next time I'm just buying a new computer. This has been the dumbest shit ever. This whole time we've been fighting with a dropped frames thing, and I mean you can even see it over there. It looks way better.
Oh yeah.
Hey, first off, I don't smell like failure. This thing would be running way worse if it weren't for me. Hey,
Drop your
Hey.
drop the audio input capture down just a little bit. We're clipping like a son bitch. No, that's too way. Hold on, damn.
no, that'll be good. We're not clipping anymore.
Yeah, there we go. That's good.
We're not clipping. That's what you wanted. We're not clipping.
But we want right under the red. Sometimes
Anywho.
it doesn't do that, so it'd be all right. It's good.
I think this has just become a custom to the starting of the show.
Yeah, but it's normally not like this where we have to restart it like 4 times.
I think it has been a while since we've had that many restarts.
It's been a long time since we've had.
I think that's the case for a lot of people. And then I spilled water on my laptop.
Joe did.
This is what Justin's been doing this whole time, fixing the computer.
Pretty much.
That is an accurate statement.
When you're like a cussing goat.
I wish there was one. Yeah. Anyway, definitely haven't been doing any of where's the It's a Screaming Eagle. Anyway, quickly, because we've got stuff to cover and we don't really have time for
Week was good.
anything else. Week was good.
Good.
Good. All right, it's time to talk freedom things.
Malik, sorry. Yeah, Malik,
Yeah.
we had some issues.
Malik, we have been having a terrible time. I'm just going to give you a quick rundown of what's happened, okay? Over this past week, I cloned my hard drive from my personal computer to use for the show. Because, you'll notice when we go to a full screen video that there's no longer a Activate Windows watermark. So that's one reason. The other reason is that I was tired of having to tell it which drive to boot from every single time we turn the computer on.
I plan on finding where your porn is.
So there is no porn on this computer, so.
Kate's looking at me like, what, you're his porn?
Yes, indeed. Anyway, so getting right into things, we're going to go right back to where we started the show last week, back to the war in Israel. Okay, so in case you were wondering, the people that we're dealing with are still the same people. They still suck.
And they're still alive.
Israel is a country that has no place on our land. We must remove that country because it constitutes a security, military, and political catastrophe to the Arab and Islamic nation and must be finished. We are not ashamed to say this with full force. We must teach Israel a lesson, and we will do this again and again. The Alaska flood is just the first time, and there will be a second, a third, a fourth, because we have the determination, the resolve, and the capabilities to fight. The occupation must come to an end.
Occupation where? In the Gaza Strip?
No, I am talking about all the Palestinian lands.
Does that mean the annihilation of Israel?
Yes, of course. The existence of Israel is what causes all that pain, blood, and tears. It is Israel, not us. We are the victims of the occupation, period. Therefore, nobody should blame us for the things we do. On October 7th, October 10th, October 1 million, everything we do is justified.
Okay, so joining me.
No October 1 million to start with. Also, all of this is 1000% your fucking fault.
Also, there is absolutely no justification at all whatsoever for the raping of women and children.
There's no excuse for taking hostages. There's no excuse for firing indiscriminately into homes where people live. There is no excuse for killing civilians. And you know what? You fucked around, and you are finding out with the full might of the Israeli military is willing to do. Not only are they doing that, but now they're also
doing Israel
things to
Now it's working.
Nope. I know what it is. Okay.
Thanks, Malik.
Yep.
Malik. Sorry.
Yep. I know what the problem is. Nope. I know what it is. Okay.
Thanks, Malik. Thank you for pointing that out. Hey, there we go.
Okay, sorry. The shit show is going to continue here. I think that should be the last time that that happens. But let me put it in studio mode real quick just to make sure.
He literally had to redo
everything.
Like he had to reset up the software and everything. So
yeah, those are the only two. Yeah. Okay. Everything should be good now. It should be good. Okay. Now I gotta go back and talk about all of this shit because I don't remember.
We're like 10 minutes into that.
Oh my god.
Okay,
dude.
so Israel's doing Israel things. It's a dog that's going to hunt, and we need to let it hunt.
Correct. Now, going back to what the Hamas guy was saying. Israel is not the occupier, okay? We covered it last week. If you missed it last week, I encourage you to go back and watch last week's show because we gave a very thorough history lesson on what actually happened to this land. And what actually happened in this land is that the Romans conquered it, 2,000 years ago almost, when it was the Kingdom of Judah. And then they changed the name to Palestine to break the ties to Judaism. The only people who have a legitimate historical right to this land at this point are the Jewish people. Period. That's just how I feel about it, and that's what history says. Okay? Not only that, but the maps that they show you are all incredibly inaccurate because they start saying things like Jewish settlements start popping up. No, Jewish people were buying land in Palestine and moving there in what they called Palestine before Israel declared independence. And then throughout several military campaigns, they conquered the land. They even gave some of the land back to like Egypt. When they conquered the Sinai Peninsula, they realized that Egypt was going to play nice, so they gave the Sinai Peninsula back to Egypt. Okay? It is insane to assume that this started in 1947 and that's it. Okay, you can't take it just to 1947 and expect that to be the accurate.
It didn't just develop in 1947.
Yeah, it didn't just all start in 1947.
Right.
It didn't come up from the ground.
This goes back to the ancient world.
Way before that. This started well before Islam was even a religion. Okay, and that's all this is. It's Islamic jihadists that believe that this land is theirs and that the Jews should be exterminated because they don't believe the same thing that Islamic jihadists believe. Okay? I'm sorry. It's not going to work this way. Okay? But again, what we were just showing you, the big clouds in the background over there, that's Israel doing what Israel needs to do because Hezbollah. Okay? So, anywho, again, we're kind of rushing through a lot of things, but this is what it is.
Good thing I did a short Joe's Conspiracy Corner tonight.
Go ahead.
Southern city of Kiryat Shmona is under attack. Hamas says its Lebanon branch fired 12 rockets, and the visual on your screen show the ferocity of the attack. One rocket landed in the shopping area, heavily damaging cars. Nearby stores also caught fire. At least 2 people were wounded.
So, this isn't a problem because it was Hamas that did it. But when Israel does the same thing to Hamas, huge problem. Right? Am I getting that right?
I haven't heard any kind of condemnation.
I haven't either. It's super weird, especially from the left. We hear condemnation from the right all the time, But
and why are they firing into like stores?
Yeah, they're firing into civilian areas. Why the fuck would they fire into civilian areas? Because they're cowards who will not put on a uniform and come face you face to face. They want their civilians to die. And they've said as much.
Has anybody from Israel like went on the air and said anything about it?
Mm-hmm.
Okay. I haven't seen anything.
There's IDF spokespeople on there all the time. But, I mean, it's more of the same. Put it back on that. It's just more of the same shit. It's not getting any better. In fact, it's getting worse. But
the
ground offensive has started. Go ahead.
Set on crushing Hamas following the terrorist group's bloody incursion in southern Israel 4 weeks ago. Today, the Israeli army released video of troops and tanks firing at buildings in Gaza. Israel says its forces killed dozens of Hamas terrorists and destroyed its terror infrastructure. This morning, the Hamas-run health ministry says Israeli raids have killed more than 9,400 people. According to Israel's health ministry, Hamas fighters have killed more than 1,400 people, including 341 soldiers. Most were killed in Hamas's initial cross-border attack, which was nearly a month ago. The Israel Defense Forces now say Hamas is holding 241 people hostage. Deborah Pata leads off our coverage in Jerusalem. Deborah, good morning.
Good morning. Well, it's been exactly 4 weeks since the brutal Hamas attack, which triggered this war. Now there are growing calls for a humanitarian pause in Gaza, but they appear to be falling on deaf.
Calls that I might add Joe Biden is a part of, so fuck that guy. At the end of the day, when you look at all of this stuff, if you can sit there with a straight face and tell me that Israel deserves what's happening to Israel, you are somebody that I do not want in my life. Because at the end of the day, Israel is defending its citizens. You know what happened when they started launching rockets across the northern border of Israel? Into Israel? Do you know what Israel did? They told the people that live there, come south. They evacuated their citizens to the south because Israel actually cares about its citizens. What does Hamas do? No, ignore the messages from the Israeli trash. Stay here, die for us. Okay? This is bullshit.
Yep.
If you think that Hamas is the good guy and that Palestine is the good guy, you are wrong. Okay? None of what they're doing makes them the good guy. They have stores of fucking fuel underneath the hospital while that their headquarters is located under. They have stores of fuel, food, and water under there. Guess what? The hospital's about to run out of fuel. Is Hamas giving the hospital any of the fuel? Nope. Because Hamas doesn't care about their people. At the end of the day, this is going to end with the utter destruction of Hamas or World War III.
Or both.
Because all it takes is one misstep from one of the actors in this to misstep and kill somebody that shouldn't have gotten killed in all of this. Not only that, but there are reporters. I saw a video earlier today and I didn't put it in here because I honestly just forgot. I saw a video where a reporter was talking about being near his hotel where they were about to go live.
I was about to ask
and
you.
A rocket hit about 100 feet away from them.
They've got video of it.
Yeah.
That's what I was going to say, if you could look that up.
Well, I mean, I'm not super...
Because I can't put it in the show notes because I don't have my laptop.
Yeah, I want to kind of just get through some of this stuff so that we can move on, because there's other stuff that's happening that I want to talk about.
Right.
This is just more of the same song and dance. You know, it's more, oh, Israel's the bad guy, and it's more, oh, Palestine shall be free from the river to the sea, blah, 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 blah. If you're going to say that, you have to understand the context of it. And if you're going to support Palestine, you have to understand what they voted for to put into office. They voted for the rape of non-believers. They voted for the beheading of non-believers, including children and women. They voted for all of this shit. And the Israeli government is doing what the Israeli government has to do to protect its citizens. End of story.
Yep.
If innocent Palestinians die in the crossfire, it's because of Hamas.
Yep.
It is not because of Israel. Israel is doing what Israel has to do, and Israel will continue to do what Israel has to do. And I support it, full stop. Do I want to fund it? Do I want to fund it? No. It's not our war. But if Israel is going to do this... I would much rather
fund them than Ukraine.
I would much rather fund Israel than Ukraine, because Israel will actually support us if we need it.
Hopefully.
Well, as much aid as we've given them in the past, they wouldn't even have Iron Dome if it wasn't for
you
us.
better, we're coming to get oil.
Sounds
your
like
country will be ours.
Sounds like Israel just discovered that they had a ton of oil underneath them.
All your oil will belong to us.
All your oil are belong to me.
That's what I was going. Yeah, that's what I meant to say.
Just give it a Leroy Jenkins there. Again, we're kind of going through this a little fast, but we did get a little bit of a late start. Not like we have... Kate and I don't really have to be up early in the morning, but you've got children, so...
I got
and we'll skip that last video there. It's just footage of the fighting happening in the tunnels underneath Gaza. But what we are going to do is we are going to go talk about the Hamas caucus, AOC, Rashida Tlaib, Cori Bush, all that stuff. And there's one video in here that has nothing to do with the situation right now, but it shows you how stupid and ignorant these people are and why you shouldn't listen to them at all.
Nope. Sorry. Hit the button too soon.
Fired.
Smell like failure.
The president needs to take a more forceful stand against Israel, given the humanitarian crisis now we are seeing in Gaza.
I believe that this administration and we as a country should take a more forceful stand on the United States' commitment to human rights and protection of human rights globally. And I also...
It is not the United States' job to prevent Palestinian citizens from dying. It is the Palestinian government's job. Oh, spoiler alert, that's Hamas, and they don't care. They want Palestinians to die because it makes Israel look like the bad guy.
I also think that absolutely pertains to the humanitarian crisis that's going on in Gaza. We are seeing
the humanitarian crisis caused by
Hamas,
who is hoarding what?
Food, ammo,
fuel,
gas.
Sounds like you're just stupid.
Refugee camp that has been bombed several times.
A refugee camp that has directly under it what?
Food.
No. Hamas.
Hamas. Sorry.
I was going to say food.
It is a Hamas base. Guess who was told we're about to bomb this? You guys, if you're not Hamas, should get out of there. Oh, that's right. Israel did that. Guess who told them to not leave?
Hamas.
Pretty simple shit here. AOC, you are stupid. Give her a stupid.
She's a black-eyed child.
And then also, just give her a real...
Smell like failure.
Give her a real minute genius.
No.
She don't deserve it.
She don't deserve
You're right.
that.
She doesn't deserve that.
She don't deserve the dick.
This should be of concern to every single person, regardless of their stance on the conflict.
First off, have you ever noticed that AOC just looks like the over-attached girlfriend?
Yes.
Like her eyes, when she talks about anything.
She looks like she's on a lot of cocaine. This is what her eyes look like.
She does kind of have a cocaine nose.
Yeah, and she's got horse teeth. But
she used to be a bartender / what, stripper?
Huh?
Dancer?
She wasn't a dancer or a stripper. No, she was just a bartender.
Because if she would have been a stripper, there'd be titty pics.
There's titty pics out there somewhere.
Somebody's got them.
Somebody's got them.
No, because she probably can't get a boyfriend.
I am a co-sponsor of the ceasefire resolution.
Yes, you're a co-sponsor of the Protect Hamas.
Firm deployment by Human Rights Watch.
I know what she is. She's the millennial Karen.
I think Karen is an understatement. She's a Giga Karen.
Ooh.
She's the millennial Karen.
She's a millennial Giga Karen.
Which is an indiscriminate
Oofer.
that is already.
Wait, scroll back. Oof. All right, go.
This should be of concern to every single person.
Why did I scroll back?
Regardless
Just hold.
of their stance on the conflict. Absolutely.
Do you back a ceasefire right now?
I am a co-sponsor of the ceasefire resolution. I think that what we are seeing right now from the potential deployment and the confirmed deployment by Human Rights Watch of white phosphorus, which is
Not true. There has not been any white phosphorus launched.
That was
that is Hamas propaganda, you fucking retard.
No, you know where the white phosphorus was launched? Russia. Russia did that to Ukraine.
Weird. It's almost like she doesn't know what the fuck she's talking about.
Dumbass.
an indiscriminate weapon that is already illegal to be deployed in civilian areas. We're seeing it deployed in civilian areas. We're seeing refugee camps
in Ukraine.
We're seeing thousands of children who have died. This
because of who?
Hamas.
That's right.
And we have a responsibility to uphold our standards and commitment to human rights.
Do you think the president risks losing political support from Democrats by not taking the stand that you've outlined here?
I think this goes beyond partisanship. I think anyone who values and centers human rights and human life would
wish that black guy just slapped her upside the head and be like, you dumb bitch.
And
dumb white girl.
It is current standing U.S. law. We have Leahy laws on the books that prohibit policies that prohibit U.S. assistance to aiding gross human rights violations. And what we are seeing play out on television before all of us are we have a responsibility.
Power nap.
Israel's part of the committing some of those human rights violations.
Yes. I believe the deployment of white phosphorus.
Yeah. I need you to go back and slap her upside the damn head.
I believe it's a war crime.
Good job, Jamal.
Thank you.
Good job, Jamal.
I don't know what Joe was thinking here.
What?
You're so dumb. But anyway, another member of the Hamas caucus that has been
like a Jamal to you.
No, that's racist.
Jamal's a white man's
How
name
do you know?
Too. Another member.
Is he black?
Because that's. You know what? Shut up.
He's a big black man. There's a
He
good
could
name
be
for
Curtis, for all you know.
that'd be
Kenny.
That's a
to
weak,
a man named Curtis.
All I'm saying is Jamal is like a healthy name for a big old black man.
Yeah. Mm-hmm. You like that, wouldn't you?
Wealthy should.
Okay, so the next thing is that another member of the Hamas caucus, if you weren't aware of how stupid she is, you're about to find out, because this was before she became a representative, okay? But this just goes to show you why you should not take their opinions on anything seriously, okay? And that's the only reason I put it in here.
Pay their fair share.
Yes, wealthy should pay their fair share.
What is a fair share? What percentage?
So you're saying that you're saying that they're paying their fair share is what you're saying?
No, I'm asking what percentage is a fair share?
Their fair share, the same, if a third of my money is going to taxes, then I think a third of their money should be going to taxes. It does. Well, it does.
I'm trying to understand because you realize the...
Do you see how long it took her to try to formulate a response after she said it does?
They had to cut it.
This was her.
Okay.
True international effort to pressure.
Yes, exactly.
It does,
it doesn't get any better, because this next part, it's like, okay, that has nothing to do. Anyway.
Effective tax rate on the poor is less than it is on the rich, right?
Okay, so first of all, I'm not the poor.
First off, that has nothing to do with what he just said. Just because he said the poor doesn't mean that he thinks you're the poor. You're just a moron who thinks that you're victimized because of the color of your skin. You're not a victim. You're a moron. There's a big difference.
I'm very close to that line, but I'm not the poor.
Okay, so the effective tax rate on the middle class is less than it is on the rich, correct? What fair share would you like to change the tax rate to on the wealthiest, what percentage of Americans, so it's a fair share?
So let's say the wealthy 1% could pay, let's say if they paid,
We need legit
let's
numbers.
just give them 45%.
45 damn percent.
The wealthy should pay.
Guess what? They do.
Seriously?
Yes, their effective income tax rate is extremely high.
She did not once form a complete sentence.
No, she didn't. This is why you shouldn't pay any attention to any of these people when they speak.
And this is Corey. That's Corey Bush.
Yes. Yeah. This is the member of Congress who twerked in a campaign video.
Do you know what I think they should contribute?
These nuts. Got him. Got him.
Yep. 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 I'll arrest her now. I know. Yep. I know. She just murdered Corey. She just murdered Corey Bush. I know. I know. I'll arrest her. I'll arrest her right now. Okay. 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 Yep. We'll do. All right. Put your hands in the air.
So, the richest. So, the richest 1% of Americans own 95% of the nation's wealth. The bottom 80% owns just 11.
Do you know what else they own, Joe?
Tax rates. Just
nuts.
look up tax.
Got him. Got him.
The richest 1% pay an effective federal income tax rate of 24.7% in 2014.
Yeah. Joe.
What?
Joe pays that. You know Joe?
What?
Joe Mama.
Joe Mama.
Okay. Let's see. If you make $578,126 or more, you pay 37%. Put that on the screen for me. Right here. That is your tax rate if you are part of the 1%. Okay? And below that, in fact. So, Corey Bush, you can shut the fuck up.
Just go twerk.
Just go twerk
Go
and be done with it.
twerking.
We're done with
It's
you
because it's because probably they're still trying to go off of.
I think you need to go back to school and learn how to form a complete sentence.
Their
You clearly skip too much English.
What do you call it? Their overall wealth, not their capital wealth. You know what I'm talking about?
Probably.
Like they're going off of their assets and stuff.
Get out of there. Okay. You can go ahead and. Now, I will say this. This is probably one of the best things that I've seen happen this week because this needed to happen because it puts on display just how much this woman sucks. This is Rashida Tlaib, one of the 7 members of the Hamas caucus.
Tlaib.
She's one of only 7 Democrats in Congress to vote against missile protection for Israel. One of only 9 Democrats against condemning the brutal attack on Israel by Hamas. Her legislation would allow the terrorists to rearm themselves. And she refuses to answer even this horrific question.
You can't comment about Hamas terrorists chopping off babies' heads?
Tell Rashida Tlaib she's on the wrong side of history and humanity.
Paid for by the Democratic majority of Israel. Love it when a good plan comes together. So,
freaking Rashida.
That's where we're at with the Hamas caucus, and it only gets worse. But in case you weren't aware, Joe Biden. Wait, why is it? Okay. No, fuck off. I'm not signing into my school stuff. I gotta get rid of that. Anyway. So, because that's going to come up at the most inopportune times, Joe Biden recently signed a executive order on artificial intelligence, if you weren't aware.
Great.
Now, go ahead and full screen this one. New standards for AI safety and security. As AI's capabilities grow, so do its implications for America's safety and security. With this executive order, the president directs the most sweeping actions ever taken to protect Americans from the potential risks of AI systems. require that developers of the most powerful AI systems share their safety test results and other critical information with the U.S. government. Develop standards, tools, and tests to help ensure that AI systems are safe, secure, and trustworthy. AKA, don't be saying stuff about us that we don't like. Protect against the risks of AI using AI to engineer numerous biological materials. Protect Americans from AI-enabled fraud and deception by establishing standards for the best practices for detecting AI-generated content and authenticating official content, aka mis and disinformation. Establish an advanced cybersecurity program to develop AI tools to find and fix vulnerabilities in critical software. Order the development of a national security memorandum that directs further actions on AI and security.
AKA, we get to do whatever we want.
To better protect Americans' privacy, including from the risks posed by AI, President calls on Congress to act or to pass bipartisan data privacy legislation to protect all Americans, especially kids, and directs the following actions. Protect Americans' privacy by prioritizing federal support for accelerating the development and use of privacy-preserving techniques.
Wait, go back up a little bit. To protect all Americans, especially kids.
Yes.
Yeah. You see what I mean?
Yeah. Strengthen privacy-preserving research and technologies. Evaluate how agencies collect and use commercially available information, and strengthen privacy guidance for federal agencies. Develop guidelines for federal agencies to evaluate the effectiveness of privacy-preserving techniques. Blah, 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 blah. Blah, blah. So, yeah, go ahead and go back to the live there, please.
You know what I say?
A bullshit? A bullshit?
So,
a bullshit.
So what you need to understand is that they need to censor you. And if they can't censor you, they're going to censor AI, because AI might tell you something that they don't want you to know.
President Biden and I believe that all leaders, from government...
It's been a while since we've seen Giggles.
I was about to say, where has she been?
It's been a hot minute. She's been sucking AI dick, apparently.
Civil society and the private sector have a moral, ethical, and societal duty to make sure that AI is adopted and advanced in a way that protects the public from potential harm, and that ensures that everyone is able to enjoy.
I think you're enjoying the extra
just
room.
As AI,
I don't like that though. You need to.
I'm going to eventually. I'm just
good.
Need to adjust a little bit.
It also
ergonomics, man, ergonomics.
To cause profound harm.
We need to just get a couch.
From AI-enabled cyber attacks at a scale beyond
Start
anything
doing
we've seen
porn
before,
interviews.
No.
to AI-formulated bioweapons that could endanger the lives of millions of people. These threats are often
the interview
referred to
couch.
as the existential threats of AI. Because
I'm sorry, what?
This isn't the interview couch, but if you did need an interview-looking couch, you can have ours. Ours looks like the interview couch.
It probably got treated like the interview couch, didn't it?
I don't know where they got it from. No.
It has not been treated like the interview couch yet. Anyway.
Well, you know.
Well, right now, so on our couch, there's actually a beam in the center of the couch that has broken from the kids jumping on it all the time.
Yes, the kids.
Literally the kids.
I'm just kidding. It really is the kids.
They'll go to the edge of the couch and then just flop straight down on it. And I heard it crack when Mason did it.
Casting couch, Kamala.
Casting couch, thank you. That's what I was, not the interview couch.
Anywho, continuing with this because it is important when she gets to the end of it.
To a single word she said on this.
Yeah, I tend to.
Can we just fast forward to the end?
Yeah, we can do that. I just don't want to miss it.
photographs. Is that not existential for her? When a young father is wrongfully imprisoned because of biased AI facial recognition. Is that not existential for his family?
If it's biased, then it's not real AI.
And when people around the world
Correct.
cannot discern fact from fiction
Here it is.
because of a flood of AI-enabled mis- and disinformation,
There's the kicker.
I ask, is that not existential for democracy?
There's the kicker.
First off, enough of this bullshit with the existential threat to democracy stuff. Okay, you are an existential threat to democracy because you are a fucking tyrant.
I will say, though, AI is getting pretty good because I saw one done of Greta Thunberg the other day where she was saying that, like, we needed to have more responsible wars, environmentally responsible wars.
The problem,
but it really wasn't her. Like, she didn't really say that.
The problem is not the AI. The problem is people being gullible enough to fall for the shit.
Well, do you remember all those videos of like roller coasters and like fair rides that were very unrealistic, and people were like, "Oh my gosh, I can't believe this exists."
Yes.
This is also why people believe Hamas. This is also why a bunch of people have joined cults.
There are
Correct.
people that don't know how to boil water.
There's people that don't know how to make grilled cheese.
I'm telling you, if we just take the warning labels off of literally everything,
Let
the problem will take care of itself.
At least for a year or so.
let Mother Nature take
Just
course.
let Mother Nature do what Mother Nature got to do, because that dog will also hunt.
Oh, that dog does hunt.
But you know, the existential threat to democracy shit. Nobody fucking believes you. Okay, nobody fucking believes you except for your sheep-headed little fucking Democrat dipshits that want to believe you. Okay. As for us freedom-loving eagle screamers, we know you're full of shit. Okay, we know.
You know it's
That being
existential.
said, this is why I got you one of these phones. AI don't use these phones. This is old school,
AI,
baby.
this is old
There's
school
cameras in the eyes.
rotary.
You didn't know that? The toy company put cameras in the eyes to watch children.
Also, birds aren't real.
They're not real. But do you know it's existential?
These nuts.
These nuts.
Got
I
it.
knew it was coming.
Got
Anyway,
it.
you can go back to the full screen.
She
So
looks like a robot.
She is AI.
I put all that in
AI.
there, and then something interesting was going on Capitol Hill this week with our man Rand Paul. Okay, so
You mean Prison Mike?
no, that's Jamie Raskin.
Oh, my bad.
This is Rand Paul. Rand Paul was one of the good guys.
I'll tell you what. I got some of that Winter Jack. It's only 15%. Like, I feel like I'm drinking, but I feel nothing.
Well, yeah, because it's 15%.
But I'm just saying, I feel like I'm drinking, but I feel
Smell like failure.
I just wanted to try it. I want to see what it tastes like.
Cheers.
Cheers.
So, given how the show started, I feel like we're doing pretty well.
Yep. Roll on to
getting through what we need to get through. But so, with the censorship of AI, I felt it was only appropriate to talk about how the government colluded with the Homeland Security and the FBI to censor us. Because if there is an existential threat to democracy, it's the fact that the government believes that they have the power to censor us. They do not. That is a direct violation of the First Amendment.
Can censor this dick, fed boy.
You can censor this dick, fed boy.
You can censor these.
These nuts.
Dang rat.
Got him. Got him.
The elusive Kate hand has entered the picture.
Ow!
Get out of here. You're fired.
Don't be a dick.
How many times do I have to tell you?
Hey. You may need that hand later.
Fair enough.
Because this is what I say when I enter the bedroom.
Most of the time,
ruined
that's
it.
not it.
You ruined it, and I'm leaving.
Anywho, we're going to let Rand Paul take it away here. So,
Still meeting with social media companies?
Those glasses.
We're having some interaction with social media companies, but all of those interactions have changed fundamentally in the wake of the court's rulings.
That dude is ugly as fuck.
That's sort of
to
an
watch.
acknowledgement that perhaps you weren't just talking about national security, child pornography, and human trafficking, right? You had other areas of discussion that did involve constitutionally protected speech.
No, that's not an acknowledgement of
But
that.
then how did you change your behavior?
Out of an abundance of caution, in order to make sure that we don't run afoul of any court ruling. I would say, by the way, of course, that the injunction has been stayed by the Supreme Court.
Did anybody from the FBI ever discuss constitutionally protected speech with social media organizations?
Not to my understanding.
Vaccine efficacy, never discussed any post concerning vaccine efficacy?
Well, certainly not, because to my understanding, as you know, the FBI was the first and for a long time the only agency in the intelligence community to assess that the COVID origin was most likely from a lab leak. So the idea that we were engaging in...
Pause that shit. He said the FBI was the first one to say that? No. No. Do not take that from them, Jerry.
Liar!
Do not. The conspiracy theorists said it first, you bitch. Don't you take that from us.
I don't think I've ever seen you get that fired up.
You dirty dick. Do not take that from us, Jerry. We said it first.
This is Joe.
Joe, I need you to bring that energy every week. Literally every week. I
This
need
is what
that.
happens when you don't have a laptop.
Yes, you are banned from having a laptop
They
at
just
this
stood
table.
back and they're like, oh shit, there he goes.
I like no laptop,
My
Joe.
face was like, oh my god.
It's like hold my shirt. Hold my shirt. It's like,
This is why people watch our show.
F Jerry. His name, I don't know what this guy's name is, but
That's
it's
Christopher Ray, you dipshit.
It's Jerry now. We say F Jerry.
Fuck Jerry. Oh my god. Anywho, that was fun.
Piece of shit.
Piece of shit. Anywho, continuing. Actually, we're gonna let this one play because I've already watched it. So I know what happens, but Joe, continue your commentary. I'm going to go take a leak.
Right. Commend you for that, but the Twitter files and other indications, as well as the Missouri versus Biden, list many cases of both DHS and FBI discussing constitutionally protected speech, vaccine efficacy, mask efficacy, people who said, my brother got the vaccine and died yesterday, and the brother actually did die, but proof of cause and effect is one thing. But taking down posts like that was part of the discussion in these meetings.
Not by the FBI. We would not have been engaging with social media companies about vaccine efficacy, to my knowledge, certainly.
Director Ray, in 2017, the Department of Justice issued subpoenas to members of the House Intelligence Committee, congressional staffers, as well as Senate Judiciary Committee staffers to turn over private information. Were you involved with that investigation, aware of it at the time?
I'm not familiar with that specific investigation.
This had to do with the leaks, I believe. We have never been told completely, but the leaks concerning the Crossfire Hurricane and the leaks concerning the conversation between Flynn and Kislyak that was wiretapped, that was classified, that somehow got out, but you're not aware of anybody from Congress being investigated?
Well, as I sit here right now, that's not something that's ringing a bell for me.
Do you see a problem with the Department of Justice issuing subpoenas to congressional staffers who are providing oversight to the very organization that's issuing the subpoenas?
Well, certainly, anytime there's an investigative activity that touches upon a separate branch of government, namely the legislative branch, it has to be done extraordinarily carefully, and there are all kinds of policies that the department has in place to make sure that that's done appropriately.
Director Ray, did the FBI pay Twitter money to moderate content moderation?
I'm not aware of us paying money to moderate content there or anywhere else.
What was the $3 million for that the FBI gave that's been revealed in Twitter files, which has been characterized by those writing the Twitter files as payment for content moderation? Basically, they said Twitter you guys were meeting with them all the time, and you had them taking down so many posts. They said, well, gosh, it's a lot of work. Why don't you pay us? And so you did. You paid them $3 million. Are you aware of the payment?
I'm not aware of that specific payment, but I can tell you that when it comes to payments, going back well over 4 decades, when we are required by federal law, when a company, like in this instance a provider, goes through expenses to produce information, we're required to reimburse them for those expenses. And so I think that a lot of the questions about payments revolve around exactly that.
And you will repeat under oath that there was never any discussion of the FBI to take down constitutionally protected speech. You think it's all national security, child pornography, sex trafficking, no discussion of constitutionally protected speech, because this is all going to come out, and a lot of it's come out already in depositions, but you're saying there was never any discussion by any of your agents in any of these meetings of constitutionally protected speech being taken down?
To my knowledge, our agents conducted themselves in compliance with the law throughout.
Liar!
Same question to...
Pretty sure Mark Zuckerberg come out and straight up admitted that y'all told him to monitor and take down speech.
Yep, and we're gonna skip that last video because it's more of the same. Rand Paul going after.
But like he should, like the Zuck man, the Zuck said it. The Zuck said it.
The Zuck and
And why would the Zuck lie about it?
There's no reason for the Zuck to lie.
No, because it kind of made him look bad too. So why would he lie about it? So whatever.
But last week we didn't have it. This week we do.
Yes.
It's time for This Week on X. So, first off, Sal the agorist. I don't know what the fuck that means, but...
Agorist.
The important part is highlighted. I opened my glove compartment, took out my Glock 17, and flipped off the safety.
There is no safety.
There is no safety on a Glock.
Well,
you're a liar.
There is, but it's a built-in safety. It's not like a safety switch.
You don't flip a switch on a Glock.
Right.
As a safety. That's not something
It's
that
a
happens.
built-in safety on the trigger.
It actually has a 3-part safety in the trigger assembly. There is no external safety. You are a liar. A lot of cowardice among the GOP. It's according to Adam Kinzinger. I don't know if maybe you forgot about this, but Adam Kinzinger literally cried over a mostly peaceful, probably, protest of the stolen election, they said.
Probst is here.
Probst is here.
You missed all the bullshit, Probst. Good job. You missed it. You would have. It was stupid.
Your Glock has no safety, like the clown has no penis.
I mean, because you can get triggers that don't have the safety. So
correct, but the safety also exists in other parts of the trigger assembly. So,
but you can switch out the entire trigger.
Yes, you can. Anywho, so for a man who literally cried on Capitol Hill over January 6th, I don't really take the cowardice thing to heart very much there, soy boy beta bitch. The Libertarian Party. This is one that I don't agree with. Okay? And I posted about this in the Alabama Libertarians group and asked the opinions of others. There were some good opinions. There were some shit opinions. Okay? It is what it is. But they say a few hundred people in Washington, D.C. shouldn't be ruling the lives of 330 million. This is why we believe in a peaceful dissolution of the federal government. We are secessionists, and we won't hide it or sugarcoat it.
But see, as we're not.
Libertarians are not. Okay,
we are not. What do you call us? We're not.
We're not secessionists for one.
But we're not. The people that don't believe in government, anarchists. We're not anarchists.
Okay,
we believe that there is a certain level
of government. There's a purpose for the federal government.
Right.
Unfortunately, that purpose has been abused.
And we believe the federal government should be significantly smaller.
Correct. But what was that?
What are you laughing at?
Don't be.
Don't worry about what I'm laughing at.
Oh, you were laughing at lawn. I thought you were laughing
at Daddy Waterfall.
Okay.
Oh. Daddy Waterfall, we miss you. Anyway, it made it in here because I don't agree with it, and this is partly why I distance myself from the National Libertarian Party. The local ones are not this bad.
No.
But whoever's running the Libertarian Party's Twitter account should be fired immediately. Victor Shee. Oh, Victor. Victor, you just don't know. You don't know anything, okay? Wow. I just finished watching Vice President Kamala Harris's interview on 60 Minutes, and I've never seen her so strong. Hands down, her best interview yet. Bickley, great interview. Stop doubting Vice President Harris's abilities. She's doing an amazing job, probably. A lot of people say that she's doing a great job. Doing a much better job than Trader Mike Pence, but I digress. That's a very big word for President Bigley Trump. But she's doing such a great job, a bigly job, tremendous job. And there's truly no one better than her. And of course, this asshat actually believes it. It's so sad. It's so sad. And then the Libertarian Party posted something that I do agree with. David Hogg running to Twitter to capitalize on another shooting.
Oh.
Yeah. Yeah.
Is that shit?
It is.
I believe it is.
That is indeed shit. That guy had massive explosive diarrhea while running a marathon.
Wait.
And then Citizen, who most of his things that he's posting lately I don't agree with. Oh, wait, no. This is a different Citizen. There's another Citizen that I absolutely despise who I don't agree with. Posted, so I can't remember what thread this was on, but it was on a gun control thread saying that nobody needs an AR-15. And no civilian needs an AR-15. They need an M134. I agree.
Hell yeah.
I agree with you 100%.
Hell yeah.
Nina Turner, probably one of the stupidest people that has a Twitter account ever. Probably. Bigly. According to this corrupt government, the corrupt American government who stole the election from me, we can't afford Medicare for all, college for all, Bigly, college for all, universal child care, take care of your own kids, people, reparations, your reparations were freedom, universal basic income, you shouldn't get paid for doing nothing, I'm sorry, that's not how this works. Look at my empire, look at me, look at what I've done, I've built all of this from nothing, just a small $1 million loan from my father, probably. Raising the minimum wage. Things we apparently can't afford. Bigly wars. Bigly. The Libertarian Party posted something that I actually do agree with again. The American people shouldn't be extorted to pay for any of these things. Whether we can afford them or not is completely irrelevant. Wrong one.
You yell at me when I do that.
It's not like failure.
You deserve to be yelled at. Okay? You deserve it. Bigly.
As much as you yell at me, I don't know. I feel like I get like a shoe-in for yelling at you.
Yeah, probably.
He'll just yell at you for yelling at him.
Exactly. Corey Bush. What a dumbass. We've already told you what a dumbass she is tonight.
America needs to shave that bush.
They do need to shave that bush. Just like the other two bushes that are no longer president. We needed to shave those too. We trimmed them greatly. But now we have this one. The U.S. government should not be funding Israel's war crimes against the Palestinian people. Probably forgot that Hamas is the reason for all of them. Bigly.
Also, what war crimes?
And that has been This Week on X.
Sorry.
You were fine.
I haven't sprayed.
Joe, go take care of that before she freaks out. I'm not chasing that fucking thing. Sorry, there's a wood roach, and Kate is hyperventilating. She's absolutely ridiculous.
Not good.
It's gone.
No, it's not. It's on the shirt.
Oh, it's on the shirt.
It's got its butt in the air. It's ready to fly.
They don't fly.
Literally.
Oh,
That's
no.
literally Kate.
You gotta move if you want me to go get it.
Use a shoe. Use a shoe. Those things hiss. And they bite.
No, they don't.
Yes, they did. One bit me the other day.
Probably just the feelers got a hold of you.
It bit me. And it hurt.
Jesus Christ.
Thanks, guys. Thanks for that.
Greetings from the interior.
You ruined it. You ruined it, and I'm leaving.
Any day now, Joe. We can't leave her alone with this. And you wonder where Luke gets his scat ability from.
Welcome back.
Yeah.
Am I
Welcome
gonna
back
have time
indeed.
to do my thing? I have a thing tonight.
Perhaps. We shall see. I know you worked hard on it, but
I worked really hard on it.
we're actually getting pretty close to the end. Kind of. Not really. Anywho. In other news, the Biden crime family. Evidence is kind of starting to pile up a little bit. Premature.
Smell like failure.
Y'all are literally eating.
Yep. Tonight it's weird facts about presidents.
Weird random facts about presidents.
There will be no overlays or anything. She just kind of decided to do this today.
To make up for my lack of who wore it better.
Yep. Anywho, here's James Comer talking about how they have another check.
Remember when Joe Biden told the American people that his son didn't make any money in China?
My son has not made money in terms of this thing about, what are you talking about, China?
Well,
liar!
True
True international effort to pressure.
I can't even remember what he was talking about. You know exactly what he was talking about.
not only did he lie about his son Hunter making money in China, but it also turns out that $40,000 in laundered China money landed in Joe Biden's bank account in the form of a personal check. And the Oversight Committee has it. Here's how Joe Biden benefited from his family's shady deal with CEFC, a Chinese Communist Party-linked company. It all began with a shakedown in the summer of 2017 when Hunter Biden sent a message to his CEFC associate demanding a $10 million capital payment. As Hunter Biden extorted this associate, Hunter claimed he was sitting with his father and that the Biden network would turn on his associate if he didn't pony up the money.
That's an actual thing that happened. They have the text.
Extortion scheme worked. Days later, $5 million flowed in from a Chinese affiliate of CEFC. Over the following 3 weeks, Biden family members made a series of complicated financial transactions to hide the source of the China money. Here's how that happened. First, Northern International Capital, a Chinese company associated with CEFC, wired $5 million to Hudson West 3, a joint venture established by Hunter Biden and a CEFC associate. Then Hudson West 3 sent $400,000 to an entity owned and controlled by Hunter Biden. Next, Hunter Biden wired $150,000 to Lion Hall Group, a company owned by James and Sarah Biden. Sarah Biden then withdrew $50,000 in cash from Lion Hall Group. Later the same day, she deposited it into her and James Biden's personal checking account.
Money laundering at its best,
2 days
folks.
later, Sarah Biden cut a check to Joe Biden.
Now, here's the important part, right? So, a $40,000 check to Joe Biden. What was the what did it say in the emails? What was it? Was it
suffered the pressure.
Was it 15%? No, it wasn't 15%. It was how much was the big guy supposed to get?
I don't remember.
25?
A 10%. 10%. What is 10% of $400,000?
$40,000.
Weird. It's almost like a loan and gift scam to avoid taxes. It's almost like that's what happened here because the check says that it was
straight up money laundering. That's what this is.
No. But in order to make it look like
This is highfalutin money laundering.
Yeah, it's highfalutin money laundering.
It truly is. So
This ain't no cartel shit.
$5 million goes to Hudson West 3. $400,000 goes to Hunter Biden, which means that the rest of it stayed there for whatever the business purpose of it was, probably to extort more money. But $400,000 of it goes directly to a Hunter Biden controlled entity, and then $150,000 of it goes to Lion Hall, which is Jim and Sarah Biden, you know, Joe's brother and sister-in-law, and then they took $50,000 straight out of that, kept $10,000 for themselves because, you know, they probably got a little cut of it too, and then transferred another $40,000 in the form of a loan repayment check, which is where the gifts and loans scam comes in, to Joe Biden. Now, why would they need a loan for $40,000 if they've got $150,000 in a company that they own? Why? I mean, I'm just spitballing here, but it seems a lot like $40,000 being 10% of $400,000 that went straight to Hunter Biden. Seems like the details of the 10% for the fucking big guy in the emails that we have that were on Hunter Biden's laptop that he left in a crack-addled stupor at a laptop repair shop. Am I wrong?
I'll take money laundering for $40,000.
What is 10% for the big guy?
The cartel.
$40,000. The memo.
The cartel said, "Watch this." The elite said, "Hold my beer."
Yes. Indeed.
Line of the check said loan repayment. Like the payment to Joe from AmeriCorps funds, it's certainly plausible that this payment where James and Sarah used funds from China was indeed a loan payment to Joe. But even if this $40,000 check was a loan repayment from James Biden, it still shows how Joe benefited from his family cashing in on his name with money from China, no less. Without his family peddling his name and his son threatening a CEFC associate with consequences that he said Joe Biden knew about, James wouldn't have had the money to write the $40,000 check to his brother Joe. It's also worth remembering that Biden family efforts to secure millions from this Chinese company began when Joe Biden was still vice president.
Oof.
In taking funds sourced to a CCP-linked company that wanted to advance China's interests, Joe Biden exposed himself to future blackmail and put America's interests behind his own desire for money. The House Oversight Committee will continue to follow the money and hold President Biden accountable for his corruption.
But according to AOC, this is just pointless. Why are we looking at all this?
Yeah, why are we looking at all this, Joe? Why are we doing that?
Because the guy's laundering money as the vice president.
Probably. In the same vein.
Mr. Speaker, can I get a timeline from you on your thoughts about impeachment? Chairman Comer has suggested that his investigation is winding down. Do you feel right now that there is enough evidence to move on articles of impeachment? And how quickly could we see that process play out? And if you've already decided that you're heading towards articles of impeachment, or is there more that you need to see?
So Many of you know my background. I'm a constitutional law attorney. I believe this is a very serious matter. I was called upon to serve on the impeachment defense team in the House twice under President Trump when the Democrats used it for raw partisan political purposes, and I decried that at each step of the way. The reason is because the impeachment power that we have in the Constitution, in the House specifically, next to a declaration of war, you could argue it's the heaviest power that we have, and it cannot be wielded for political purposes. So I have been very consistent, intellectually consistent in this, and persistent that we have to follow due process and we have to follow the law. That means following our obligation under the Constitution and doing appropriate investigations in the right way, at the right pace, so that the evidence comes in and we follow the evidence where it leads. We follow the truth where it leads. So as we stand here today, I'm not predetermined that, but I do believe that very soon we are coming to a point of decision on it. We're in the impeachment inquiry phase, as you know, which is an important step in that due process. And what you're seeing right now, although a lot of American people are anxious about this, many, Republicans across the country are anxious to get to the end point on this, and I think some Democrats want to know how it ends as well.
It's not
what you're
synced.
seeing right now is a deliberate constitutional process that was envisioned by the founders, the framers of the Constitution.
Just saying, when the AI stuff is being used, it looks like that.
This is not AI.
I know this is Forbes. I'm just saying, I thought it was interesting.
Not the way the Democrats did it: snap impeachments, sham impeachments, and all the rest. So I know that people are anxious about it, but I will say, Chairman Comer, Chairman Jordan in Judiciary, Chairman Smith in Ways and Means, they've done an extraordinary job, very methodically, and I would say outside the scope of politics. They've been taking in the evidence as it goes. So we're going to follow the evidence where it leads, and we'll see. And I'm not going to predetermine it this morning.
I'm sorry.
Smell like failure.
Bad Kate. Bad Kate. You will be punished later. That got weird. Anywho. So we can skip these
weird
two.
if you make it.
But I do want to talk about Hillary Clinton, because this is fucking gross. And I am super glad that she did not win
God, she's even ugly.
the presidency.
Pixelated.
It's so this is an exchange between her and a heckler / protester at an event that she was speaking at, and it is gross how she speaks to this man.
Struck by the hypocrisy of this.
Two more people to hear from.
I'm sorry.
You have a chance. Well, I'm not sorry.
You
sit down.
I know you're not sorry. That's the point. The hypocrisy of this speech. The hypocrisy of the fact that what do you have? Can you please make a statement about President Joe Biden's speech? This is a clearly warmongering speech. President Joe Biden is calling for $100 billion of funding for Israel, Taiwan, and Ukraine, and we're supposed to just bundle these together and pretend like we're going to rush to World War III, and we're all just going to let Hillary Rodham Clinton sit here. Okay.
I'm sorry.
Yes.
This is not. This is not the way to have a conversation.
I'm sorry.
If you want to have a conversation, you're welcome to come talk to me afterwards.
You can sit here. Okay, right. You're gonna wait for me, right? Please. I do not believe you.
I will listen to you, and I will respond.
I do not believe you. Respectfully, I do not believe you. And the fact of the matter is that the American people's voice are what need to be heard.
Yeah, they are being
because our
heard.
president is not speaking.
First off, I'm just going to go ahead and say this. That guy right there, he did not kill himself.
I was just about to say that.
He didn't kill himself. Okay, folks. Second off, get her. Get after her, son.
Pitter patter, get at her.
This is what we like to see. Okay, this is what we truly love to see. And politicians should be mercilessly opposed at all available opportunities when they're spouting shit that doesn't represent the interests of the American people, which is exactly what everything that Hillary Rodham Clinton has ever done is. It is against the interests of the American people. Let's not forget that she's the reason that the Benghazi incident happened. Okay?
Yep.
People don't forget.
speaking for the American people, and
Well,
neither are
that's
you.
your opinion. That's your opinion.
Yes, that's my opinion.
Well, then sit down. We've heard your opinion. Thank you very much.
First off, fuck you. Second off, no.
Eat a dick.
Thank you, Joe.
You know what she can eat?
These nuts. Got him. Got him.
Now we're going to.
I'm not going to sit down. I'm not going to stop. I'm not going to stop intervening. I'm going to wait here. I'm going to exercise my free speech until I'm
it's not
removed.
free speech when you are disrupting
Yes,
everybody else's
it is. It
opportunity
is free
to speak.
speech. This is free speech, everyone. This is free speech. That is not free speech. This is people constructing narratives that are openly hypocritical. I'm sorry. The incredible hypocrisy. You tell me John Foster Dulles went with Eleanor Roosevelt to bring this Declaration of the Rights of Man. John Foster Dulles was involved with the CIA.
Oh, yeah. Well, you're brilliant in your
Yes,
historical
thank you.
cherry
And the
picking.
Pinochet regime. Please, could you please...
Historical cherry picking, like the fact that the election was stolen from you. Shut the fuck up. You are such a fucking hypocritical piece of shit. And I hope that they put you at the top layer of hell, because heat rises, which makes the top layer the hottest.
She's going to be in Satan's bubble bath.
You deserve to be at the most miserable spot in hell, along with your husband and Bill Gates.
Ooh, yeah.
And Jeffrey Epstein, who did not kill himself, but you killed him. Pretty sure.
All the guy's going to hear tonight is this.
I mean, that's what I'm going to hear tonight, probably. So, you know, because I'm speaking out against Hillary Clinton. Weird.
Hello.
Hello there.
Stop. No, I don't know a Justin Blackman.
Hey. No
all
last
for
names.
one and one for all. Get out. Fired.
Smell like failure.
You have committed the cardinal sin.
Inform me about the United States involvement in these historical things.
We're going to move on.
Miss Clinton, will you denounce Joe Biden's? Will you denounce Joe Biden's speech?
Yeah, give her a heart attack.
So, Frank, I want to turn to you because you are from Uganda, and Uganda's 2023.
Anywho, that's enough of this shit. First off, you know, this is the exact reason that you didn't win the presidency. You're a terrible fucking person and a terrible candidate. Period. Like, that it is what it is.
And you're a straight bitch.
And you are definitely a straight bitch. Oh, man. And it's time for Clown at a Podium. Featuring John Kirby this time. So, first off, we do have some Black Debbie for you guys, but the next two clips feature somebody very special and very stupid. But,
near and dear to our heart.
But we're going to start this one with the deuce.
President Biden think the anti-Israel protesters in this country are extremists?
What I can say is what we've been very clear about this. When it comes to anti-Semitism, there is no place. We have to make sure that we speak against it very loud and be very clear about that. Remember, what the president decided when the president decided to run for president is what he saw in Charlottesville in 2017 when he saw neo-Nazis marching.
What the fuck does that have to do with any of what Peter Ducey just asked you? Please, tell me. Does that have anything to do with it?
The deuce is taking a deuce on you.
He's looking at her like, Bitch, we've gone over this in the hotel room. How many times?
How many times do we have to teach you this lesson? It's not a button anymore.
I know.
I haven't gotten around to fixing that one. It's been hectic since the computer fucking crashed.
Smell like failure.
I smell like failure, apparently.
Yeah, clearly. Anyway.
Keep rolling.
Down the streets of Charlottesville with vile anti-Semitic just hatred. And he was very clear then, and he's very clear now. He's taken actions against this over the past 2 years. And he's continued to be clear. There is no place for this type of vile and despite this kind of rhetoric.
You notice how she's stuttering, right?
I mean, she's lying.
That's how you know she's lying.
Today, Junior. You're broken.
We hear you guys, though, talk about extremists all the time. It is usually about MAGA extremists. So what about these protesters who are making Jewish students feel unsafe on college campuses? Are they extremists?
I've been very, very clear. We are calling out any form of hate.
No, you're not.
Any form of hate.
You're not.
It is not acceptable. It should not be acceptable here.
So you're calling out any form of hate, even the hate that your president has fomented against Republicans?
Uh-oh.
Nope. Not that kind. No, you just double down on the MAGA extremism. Yeah, so about that.
And we are going to continue to call that out. And let me be very clear. This is a president that has continued to have that fight in his office, in this administration. You know, when he repealed Trump's Muslim ban on his.
Okay, first off, that was an anti-terrorism travel ban, not an anti-Muslim ban. Okay? Taking the ability of terrorists living in those areas away from being able to get into America is a good thing. Am I off base here? Am I wrong?
Nope.
Protecting the homeland is of the utmost importance, something that this administration does not seem to understand. Or we wouldn't have, 53,000 encounters a month at the border.
It's a lot.
That's a lot of people. There's a reason that you've arrested 293 people on the terror watch list at the southern border. It's because the border's open and they think they can get in. You just got lucky and caught them. Okay? Don't play these games with us. The American people don't buy it. You're so full of shit that you turn brown. Okay?
Listen, Linda.
That's why we hate you. Okay? Back to full screen, please.
I was so calm.
These people suck. They just fucking suck. Okay? 100%.
Gabe, go ahead.
Admiral, I'm sure you saw the number of pro-Palestinian rallies around.
Well, this is weird. That's not Black Debbie. That's John Kirby.
Oh my God, she transgendered.
She's trans. She's trans.
She's a shapeshifter.
She look like a man.
Around the world throughout this weekend. How concerned is the White House that these demonstrations will spiral out of control?
As you know, we believe in the right of peaceful protest, even if...
No, you don't. No, you don't. Don't lie. You do not. If you did, you wouldn't have tear gassed the people at January 6th that caused the actual storming of the Capitol. So don't sit there and lie to me. Don't do it. Don't do it, John Kirby.
If it's, espousing ideas we don't agree with, but...
We'll censor you.
We don't... Nobody wants to see peaceful protest turn violent or turn dangerous. The way that this mob activity did in Dagestan yesterday. So it's of concern, and it's something that we'll continue to talk about with our allies and partners.
You mentioned also no update to the Rafah crossing negotiations.
Yeah.
At last check, the administration is saying that Hamas was holding that up. Is that still the case? What can you say with what exactly is holding up those negotiations as American families wait to see when those Americans are...
It is still the case. They've been making a series of demands that we're not able to accede to. I know you'd like to know what those are, but I think in order to try to make some progress here, we're going to preserve a little bit of that publicly. But yes, Hamas is still the holdup. Israel is willing to let those Americans out. Egypt is willing to let them come out. The holdup is Hamas.
Would you say the biggest sticking point is fuel at this point still?
Again, I won't get into more detail on that.
Weird. You're not going to give us any detail. It's almost like you're hiding something. Oh, and we got a double deuce tonight.
Double dose of deuce, you mean?
Yeah, a double deuce, a double dose of the deuce. Same thing. Different ways of saying it. Okay.
John, so talking about getting Americans out of Gaza, President Biden said, I want to thank our partners in the region and particularly Qatar. The leader of Hamas lives in Qatar. So why is President Biden thanking them for anything?
Oh, geez, Peter. Let's take it.
Oh, jeez, Peter.
Jeez, Peter.
Oh, jeez, Peter. Why would you ask me something like that?
We'll talk later.
We'll talk about that later, Peter.
You can give me another one of them brown mustaches.
Oh, my God.
Step back here. Look at this. Qatar was...
They are a terrorist group that killed Americans and kidnapped Americans within the last month.
Peter, Qatar has been helpful in getting those Americans out. I'm sure you would agree with me, and everybody at your network would agree, that getting American hostages out is a good thing. And Qatar was a key player in that regard. Qatar has lines of communication with Hamas that almost nobody else has. Now, I'm not saying that we support Hamas. Of course we don't. They're a terrorist.
You sure about that?
You sure about that?
You sure about that?
Organization. And Israel has an absolute right to go after them. But Qatar has lines of communication that not everybody else has. And it would be irresponsible. In fact, I would expect that you and everybody else in here would be going after me if we weren't doing everything we could and having every possible conversation we can have to get Americans that are held hostage back home with their families.
Well, here's the thing. That was 2 days ago. American hostages were taken on October the 7th. You waited a month. Okay? What we would have loved to see was a covert operation in which a lot of Hamas terrorists died and a lot of Americans came home. That's not what we got. Instead, you broke the cardinal rule. You negotiated with terrorists.
If we weren't doing that, it would be diplomatic malpractice. Let me read something to you, if you don't mind.
I do mind.
I think I want to put this into some context here.
Let
me tell you
do it anyway.
What we're dealing with Hamas. Oh, this is your notebook, right?
Don't even know which notes are yours. You are a professional, useless person.
Sorry. This fellow at Hamas, a guy named Ghazni Hamad, he did an interview a couple of days ago. He said, Israel's a country that has no place on our land. We must remove it because it constitutes a security, military, and political catastrophe to the Arab and Islamic nation and must be finished. We are not ashamed to say this with full force. We must teach Israel a lesson, and we will do this again and again. That's what the Israeli people are up against. And
yes, we're all aware of that.
So now when liberals say, oh, no, they just want peace, we can say, no.
No, they do not.
That's the group that are holding innocent Americans as well as 200 Ezra. And you're going to say, well, then why are you talking to them? And why are you? No, I'm not.
If Qatar is so helpful, why aren't we asking them to hand over the leader of this terrorist
We are
group?
working with Qatar to get our people out and to help get aid in. That's
why would you give aid to people who are going to steal it from the citizens and use it to further their war with Israel?
Yep.
It's like, what? No. This is why we hate all of you. This is truly why we hate all of you. This is why we hate you. And that has been Clown Under the Podium featuring John Cole. Anyway,
Yeah, we go to that. Can we just kind of go over it?
We'll just kind of touch it for a second.
Sam Bankman-Fried.
Sam Bankman-Fried. If you weren't aware, go ahead and full screen this, please. If you weren't aware, the FTX founder has been found guilty of all 7 criminal charges against him. He defrauded millions upon millions upon millions, probably billions of dollars from his clients. The problem with Sam Bankman-Fried, and this is why I wanted to cover it, is that Sam Bankman-Fried thought that his Democrat donor connections, because he was a major donor to Democrat politicians, would protect him from this. They could not. A jury of his peers found him guilty of all 7 criminal courts, and he faces a maximum sentence of 115 years in prison. Get fucked.
I bet he does
nerd.
20 max, though.
No, he'll most likely. You steal that amount of money, you're going away for a while. And even if it is just 20 years, he'll be irrelevant by the time he gets out. So, again, get fucked, nerd. Go back. Now then, it's time for the last segment before Joe's Conspiracy Corner. It's time for Chats with Pop-Pop.
Earlier this
year. Sorry, the dial-up sound didn't work. We'll fix it later.
Earlier this year, I boarded Air Force One for a secret flight to Poland. There I boarded a train with blacked out windows for a 10-hour ride each way to Kyiv to stand with the people of Ukraine ahead of the 1-year anniversary of their brave fight against Putin.
Now you'll notice that this is part of his address to the nation after Israel got attacked.
You know what's weird to me?
They've decided to turn it into a campaign ad.
Why did it have blacked out windows?
Because for some reason they think that makes people not know that the President of the United States is on the train. I'm sorry, but if I see 2 trains, one with blacked out windows and one with not blacked out windows,
I want to get a little burp.
I'm going to attack the one with the blacked out windows because it sends off some signals.
Yeah.
I'm told I was the first American to enter a war zone not controlled by the United States military, says President Lincoln. With me was just a small group of security personnel and a few advisors. But when I exited that train and met President Zelensky, I didn't feel alone. I was bringing with me the idea of America, the promise of America, to the people who are today fighting for the same things we fought for 250 years ago. Freedom, independence, self-determination.
You
corruption,
you weren't
money
alone.
laundering.
You had a damn drone watching you the whole time.
Not only that, but you faked an air raid. Sorry, but
because pretty sure
this one doesn't hold much water. Pop.
I'm pretty sure if the air raid sirens actually were going off for a reason, you would have not.
Secret Service would have had you inside as fast as possible. Yep. That was a staged air raid siren, and we all know it. And you're a fucking fraud.
As I walked through Kyiv with President Zelensky, with air raid sirens sounding in the distance, I felt something I've always believed, more strongly than ever before. America is a beacon to the world.
Notice his other hand is below the table. He's playing with his twig and berries.
Jill's down there.
No, I imagine Jill don't give him much of that these days.
Old people sex. Anyway.
You ruined it. You ruined it, and I'm leaving.
That was perfect. Like right at the end there. That was perfect.
That was a good
Nailed
one.
it.
Nailed it. Anywho, so I just thought it was stop it. I just thought that was interesting. Now, I will say this. I am glad that we got the Americans out of Israel, or out of Gaza. I'm still not
Holy
happy
smokes, there he is.
This dickbag is the president.
Welcome, cameraman.
Concerted American leadership. We're in a situation where safe passage for wounded Palestinians.
Why the fuck does he feel the need to yell at random times?
And then he yells, and then he, $1 million.
I got you $1 billion
in my pocket.
Nancy walked in and she slapped him in the face, and Joe's like,
We need
$2 trillion, Joe.
$1 trillion for each titty.
And my daddy always said that love is love, and Joey loves titties.
And foreign nationals to exit Gaza has started. The American citizens are able to exit today as part of the first group of probably over 1,000. We'll see more of this process going on in the coming days. We're working nonstop to get Americans out of Gaza as soon and as safely as possible.
That's why it took almost 30 days.
Intense and urgent American diplomacy with our partners in the region. I personally spent a lot of time speaking with the Prime Minister Netanyahu of Israel and the President Sisi of Egypt and others to make sure that we could open this access for people to get out. I want to thank our partners in the region, and particularly Qatar, who's worked so closely with us to support negotiations to facilitate the departure of these
True international effort to pressure.
At the same time, we're continuing working to significantly step up the flow of critical humanitarian assistance into Gaza.
Yes, let's just continue to step up the humanitarian aid to the terrorists. Sounds like a great plan, Pop.
Yeah, guys, I think we're already in World War III. We just, it's just, things are sizzling right now. They're not quite popping yet.
And you'll remember earlier, I was talking about the ceasefire.
That's a big bitch.
First off,
Wait.
That's a man.
That's a man?
First off.
Oh, I was looking at its butt, too.
Yep. You remember earlier
That's
where
a man?
I was talking? Yes.
No way.
Yes.
And he's a rabbi?
She's a rabbi.
You ruined it.
He's a rabbi.
You ruined
Whatever.
it, and
I
I'm
don't
leaving.
know.
It's a rabbi.
Listen, okay. I don't know what you want from me. All I know is that that's a dude, okay? And she looking like a man.
Oh, she looking like a man.
But anyway, this is the speech in which Joe Biden decided that he thinks we need a pause.
Mr. President, if
Oh
you
my
care
God.
about Jewish people as a rabbi, I need you to call for a ceasefire right now. Mr. President,
Oh my.
Notice, get out immediately. People screaming at him to get out. You see how broad the shoulders are? That's how I know it's a man.
I don't know.
I feel
It
like
is a
that's
man.
Just a really big woman.
I think it's just a big woman.
It's a man. Okay. Take us back. It's not really a chat with Pop, but it is a chat at Pop. Let's see. Where is... There is a picture of this rabbi.
It's so bad.
Let's see.
Fine people on both sides.
Ah!
When I heard that, I knew.
She has a beard.
If you care about Jewish people as a rabbi, I need you to call for a ceasefire right now.
Hold on. Oh my God! Could you just?
Right now.
No.
Damn it, Justin.
Smell like
what
fake.
are you
Dude,
doing?
it won't do what I need it to do.
Now
okay?
scroll. Now scroll back. Now scroll back.
Okay. So we're going to go frame by frame here. Tell me again, that's not a man.
I don't, man. I'm telling you, that looks like there's facial hair there. Yep.
That would be because that's a goatee.
Not good.
I mean, you can see it clear as day.
Look, guys. The guys in the chat, they were wondering. That's a dude.
Probst says that's a woman in a gray dress. Malik says that's a dude.
Because the cameraman was wondering, he's like, she's wearing a brassiere. How's that a male? Well, I mean, and women can grow beards, but I mean,
that's a man,
dude. That's
straight up a man.
That's a dude.
I mean,
100%.
That's a boy babushka right there.
You can tell when the face turns all the way. That is facial hair.
Oh shit, not good.
Oh shit, not good.
Emotional damage.
Yeah.
God.
I told you it was a man.
Rough.
Nobody wanted to believe me. Now you see it.
I will never doubt you again.
Let's see. Where is
that for?
Rosenberg?
Nobody, we gotta roll on.
Hold on.
Excuse me. Who are you?
We gotta roll, bro. We gotta roll.
New Joe, you're yelling, getting upset, rushing us.
Hey, all I'm saying is the conspiracy theorist said it first. Freaking Jerry. Oh shit!
Oh my God.
Oh shit, that's a dude.
That's the same person. Put that up there.
No, go back to the picture so they could see it bigger, better, stronger.
Oh my goodness.
Oh.
You know what you need to do? You need to get the button. Oh, great heavens.
Oh, shit.
Nope, that's not what I wanted.
Oh, shit.
Open image in new tab. Thank you.
Oh, shit.
You tell me that's not a man one more time, you motherfuckers. Okay? I am not wrong on these things. That is a man.
Oh, shit.
It has a goatee. And I'm sorry, but if you're a trans person, you ain't Jewish. Okay? That's not how this works. It's not how any of this works. You can go back.
God damn, that's scary.
Don't question me again, motherfuckers. Don't do it.
He looks like Queen Elizabeth with a goatee.
I mean, yeah, this is probably the most disturbing one. By far.
He does. He looks just like damn Queen Elizabeth.
It's the clip at
Going
the top.
to get me some tea and crumpets.
Charlie
Good, except I'm gonna go get me some D and crumpets.
Yeah.
You ruined it.
Yep.
You ruined it, and I'm leaving.
Yep. Yep. You definitely ruined it, and I am leaving. Okay, that's enough of that.
Ugh, take that thing off the screen.
Anywho, I do believe that it is time for a quick Joe's Conspiracy Corner. First.
All right. Tonight we are talking black-eyed children. Let's get to it. Leroy.
Oh.
Yeah, you got to be a little bit more specific than that.
There we go. All right. Hold on. Not this yet. I actually need to read what the black-eyed children are first.
Oh, my God.
Was that not what I had first?
No.
Damn it. It's not in order. Go. Well, shit. Or, no, did I have it on my phone? I had it.
Real man of genius.
I know a lot about Black Eyed Peas.
So I had it all on my laptop, and that went south.
Yeah, Joe spilled water on his laptop. I actually kind of like No Laptop Joe, though.
All
More
right.
involved.
So
he is more involved.
Black-eyed children or black-eyed kids in American contemporary legend are paranormal creatures that resemble children between ages 6 and 16 with pale skin and black eyes who are reportedly seen hitchhiking or begging or encountered on doorsteps of residential homes. It was a fumble, Probes. I'm sorry. Like I said, I had it all pulled up on my laptop, and I thought I had it on my phone.
You can put it on full screen.
So
is this it?
Yeah, I already read that first.
Okay. What are you...
That's all I was reading.
That's all you wanted?
Yeah.
Okay, well.
And now, so one thing, go to my notes.
Oh, god damn, I fucking hate you. You take us back to life, please.
I'm sorry. This is the downside of me not having my
Smell
laptop.
like failure.
Okay, so when it is reported that when you encounter these black-eyed children, that you get an immense sense of like dread and fear. And yeah, like the guys in the chat are saying, you have to give them permission to come into your home. I heard a story where
because they're demons.
Yeah, that's what I think they are personally. But because in order for what a lot of people don't realize is like people don't just get possessed by demons. Like you're not just walking down the street.
You have to invite them in.
Yeah, you have to invite that demon into your life. And yeah, don't do that. But I heard a story though one time where this woman was getting gas or something like that, and she left her kids in her car. Well, she got back in the car and said something about like the kid said, "Oh, mommy, we have friends" or something like that, and she looked in the mirror and there was a black-eyed child sitting in the back seat of her car.
I got literal chills just thinking of that.
Yeah, that is scary as shit. So,
because as a father of 4,
so there is actually an eye disorder known as aniridia, which makes the eye appear to have no iris. In truth, there is a small ring of iris tissue, but it's so small, the pupil is so large that it can look like the eyes are completely black, and it's due to a chromosome mutation. However, you can still see the white part of these people's eyes if you can full screen it and go down to...
I can't. I can zoom in.
I mean full screen on so people can see. So if you look, it doesn't look like some of these folks have like the colored part of their eye. It's all just black.
Yeah, the iris.
But however, these black-eyed children though, the whole eye is black, like even the white where the white part would be. Right.
Are we ready for the video now?
So yes, now we're gonna go to the video, and it's supposedly 5 situations where it actually happened. Cool ass. Oh yeah, so see, Probes is cool with this one today.
This is a good one.
So this is the one that's always scared me.
Fumble aside, this is a good one.
This is the one that's always scared me.
Hello everyone, my name is Her Spooks, and today we'll take a look at 5 horrifying black-eyed kids caught on camera. Thank you to this awesome viewer for suggesting the topic.
At all.
As always, if you have any suggestions for future caught on camera videos, feel free to leave them in the comments down below. Before we begin, black-eyed kids are supposed paranormal creatures that resemble children between the ages of 6 and 16.
First off,
with pale skin.
Okay, first off, fuck you for this one, okay? Because these images are giving me the heebie-jeebies.
That's the point, man. It was Halloween this week, so I was gonna do the World Economic Forum, but I'm kind of glad I didn't because we were crunched tonight for time, so this is a little bit shorter. But it was also Halloween this week, so I want to do one little spooky.
And black eyes. They are reportedly seen hitchhiking or appearing on doorsteps of people's homes.
I'm pretty sure this is all edited.
Black-eyed kids are truly disturbing, and I managed to find a few creepy clips of them out there. And especially the final clip is very creepy, so stay tuned. Alright, let's start off the list.
To me, number 5 is the creepiest.
A YouTuber by the name of Fantastic Daily apparently managed to isolate a low-frequency signal that appeared in the background of tons of his evidence of black-eyed kids encounters. He played the frequency every night for a week until he managed to capture a black-eyed
just
kid
wait.
on camera.
Just
He set his
wait.
laptop up near his door with an open
This is the
window
part
that
that
gave
freaked
good
me out.
access to the front porch. His laptop was set to record to an external hard drive and then looped the signal throughout the nights. Capturing nothing on the first 4 nights, he was finally able to capture something on the 5th night.
Oh, absolutely the fuck not.
See, at first you're like, oh, it's just somebody standing out there. It's bullshit. Just wait. Wait until she disappears.
What now?
Hell no.
Nope. Nope. Joe, fuck you.
Now this
Fuck
one
you
right
for
here,
this one.
is because anybody
Iffy.
could, anybody could have dressed up, and went in the woods, and flew a drone in there.
Operators of a drone were capturing
That's what
footage
you
over
do.
Cannock Chase and managed to spot a figure. So they took the drone down for a closer look and supposedly caught a black-eyed kid on camera. Take a look.
Nope. Heebie-jeebies.
Even though I don't know, man, I'm skeptical of that one because
That
nah,
was so scary.
I'm skeptical of that one. I'm kind of skeptical of this one too.
This next video was also uploaded by the YouTuber Fantastic Daily, who seems to have a huge fascination with the black-eyed kids. In this video, he claims to have spotted a black-eyed kid a little before 9 PM on his way home from work.
No.
Like, why do you get out of the car?
Why the fuck would you do that?
I'm skeptical of this one too, though. I'm skeptical of this one.
No, you idiot. Goddamn. Stop it. No. Oh, I thought it was going to be right there.
It was right there.
Did you see that?
Yep.
I don't like that. I don't like that at all.
It's just a little hobbit.
People have pointed out that his channel could be a hoax since all of his videos are dedicated to black-eyed kids. But nevertheless, the possibility of black-eyed kids existing is disturbing.
Ah!
Please, sir, may I have some more? I don't know about this one either.
This video also comes from the woods of Cannock Chase.
To
and
me,
it was
number
captured by a
5
team of
was
paranormal investigators. After setting up cameras, the team trawled through Cannock Chase, Staffordshire, in the hope of capturing a ghostly apparition on film. While the supposed black-eyed child is very hard to see, they claim that it definitely shows one.
I don't buy that one.
Yeah, no, this is.
It's like a light. Or something.
Yeah, I don't buy that one.
Let's get forward.
Now I promised the last one would be creepy, and I think it really is. It was caught on live news footage at the scene of a fatal accident. Someone had recorded the footage and noticed some strange figures in the background of the scene. Take a look.
Nope.
Now let's check out the zoomed in version in slow motion.
I wasn't so worried about that side. I saw the right side was one that wasn't peeking around the bush is what freaked me out. See that? Peeking around the bush. Looking like worm tongue from damn Lord of the Rings. Yeah, that one you actually see black eyes, man. Look at that.
I don't like that.
Like looking creepy looking worm tongue.
The fact that the footage
looking
comes
deal.
from the news gives it some credibility, but some people think it's just some curious people checking out the scene for themselves.
The dude's walking
But
right
they
towards
do
him.
look
Look,
a little strange to
or
be
no,
normal
he's got his
people,
back
though.
turned. But yeah, black-eyed children, man.
But how does... Is it a child that's possessed?
No, okay, so
Or is it an actual demon in the form of a child?
So when I was listening to a podcast about this week, and some people believe that it may have been a child that like killed their parents, and that's kind of like what happened to, like in a paranormal way, that's what happened to them. They killed their parents, and they get black eyes, and blah blah. Some people have said that it could be aliens, and that's kind of like their human form.
A child.
But they can go all the way up to like 17.
Yeah, clearly that first one was older.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And then my opinion, I believe these are demons because you have to invite them in. Like demons can't just come
Yeah,
into
that's
your
what I'm saying.
home.
You
and,
think
you
it's
know,
a demon and a child
yeah,
posing as a child.
yeah, because they can do that. And because they will. Okay, so here's what a lot of people report happening. It's middle of the night, or like some people have heard like early evening, you know, sunset, just so they're just like, son of a bitch.
Thanks. I'm not going to think about this driving home at all.
Oh, wait until it's like middle of the night, you get a knock on your door, because that's what they'll do. They'll knock on your door.
Stop!
They will. They'll knock on your door, and you go to the door, and
You guys are about to witness Joe getting punched in the fucking face.
Thank God we've got a ring.
and they ask to come in. They ask to come inside.
Fuck no. Go down to the next house. 911.
see,
I will call 911 for you.
when you tell them, you know, if you allow them to, somehow the government is involved. But if you allow them to come in your house, you've just invited
a demon.
Yeah, and they said that even after they disappear, like all of a sudden, like stuff will start happening in your home. Like I've heard some stories where like one lady, the kids left supposedly, and somebody picked them up in a vehicle and they drove off. And that after that, next thing you know, like their cats come up dead, and like just stuff was happening in their house, and people have reported like sickness and stuff like that afterward. But yeah, it only happens at night. So if you
Wait right there. I'll leave the Ring camera on. Sit in the corner. I'll call 911. But you're not coming to my house.
No, do not allow them in
That's
your house.
like that. You remember a couple years ago where they were talking about it on the local news? Like if you hear a baby crying outside, don't go outside.
Yeah, that kind of goes into the Wendigo thing.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's what's believed, like on Indian reservations. Like you don't go outside.
Throw this on full screen.
Yeah, there's some stuff here that you can read.
That's not what I wanted. Nope.
Whoa, too much.
First off, what the fuck is that? Go away.
Go up there to get rid of that too. There you
Oh,
go.
thanks. Get away from me.
Okay, a dozen of stories.
Shut
Are you gonna read it?
up, you motherfuckers. Okay,
Oh.
no, you go ahead.
A dozen of stories.
Yeah, this is really crappily
A
edited.
dozen stories keep circulating, all following a very similar pattern. Kids with eyes completely blacked out appear at people's home or vehicle. So you could be out pumping gas. Or
Yeah, that's why it worries me that one of our shithead kids is going to be like, yeah, come on in. I said one of our, not just the boys. I'm talking
appear at
about
people's
Jocelyn
home
too.
or vehicle, knock on the door, and insist upon getting inside. Anyone who encountered them has almost immediately felt an overwhelming sense of dread. Besides blackout eyes, these children typically appear normal. Sometimes their attire seems outdated, and extremely unusual instances people have reported encountering creatures with talon-like feet.
Oh, no. amount.
No one knows where or how these creatures pop up. Conspiracy theorists believe the black-eyed children are aliens trying to reach out to their Earth. Demonologists believe they are children of the devil himself, and if you let them in, you are allowing the devil to enter your life. They want to enter your home to call their parents. However, upon making eye contact, it seems there is much sinister plot to the story. Some people claim these children have existed since the 1980s. However, most sources say that the legend originated in 1996 in posts written about a Texas reporter named Brian Bethel, where he wrote about 2 alleged encounters with black-eyed children. He said that he encountered 2 children in Abilene, Texas, with pale skin and black eyes.
First of all, Abilene just sounds like Amityville Horror. Okay, come on.
In 2012, Bethel retold his story on the TV show Monsters and Mysteries in America. He then wrote an article for the Abilene Reporter News where he described his experience again. One of the stories goes like this. In the snowy town within the middle of nowhere, Vermont, an elderly couple heard the sound of 3 loud knocks. And they say that they will always knock 3 times because it's... some people say that if they're demons, it's the like a taunt to the Trinity.
Yeah.
The Holy Trinity.
Yeah.
So they opened the sound of 3 loud knocks on the door. They opened the door and saw 2 children, a boy and a girl. Parents will be... Oh, yeah, this is the one I heard the other day. Parents will be here soon. May we come in? The children did not make eye contact and just stood there in the doorway. The elderly couple were hesitant, but after a while, they let the boy and girl inside. The kids settled on the couch while the wife made some hot cocoa, and the husband asked them questions that went unanswered. The wife returned and noticed that her cat was scared and angry with the children. Maybe please use the restroom? The wife looked at the kids and she finally saw them. The children's eyes were black and as a starless universe. She directed them to the bathroom and returned to their husband, who has face covered in his hand. Did you see their eyes? The husband then showed her his hand full of blood from a nosebleed. So his nose started bleeding after they went to the bathroom. The power suddenly went out and the house turned as dark as the kids' eyes.
Nope.
The wife headed to the restroom and was confronted by the voice of the kids at the end of the hall uttering, "Our parents are here." The kids then exited the house, leaving the door wide open. The wife then noticed there were 2 men at the end of the driveway. The men were very tall and slender.
Slender Man.
I'm thinking aliens or demons.
Slender Man.
The wife waved, but
why would you wave?
Exactly. Who would have thought to wave?
This would be me.
The wife waved but did not receive the same friendly gesture. The 2 men and children then drove away together in one car. The power then came back on, and a little later after... It came back on a little later after the kids left. Throughout the next week, weird things happened in the house. 3 out of 4 cats went missing, and the 4th had been found dead in a pool of its blood. The husband continued to have nosebleeds and finally went to the doctor, where he was diagnosed with a very aggressive skin cancer. This legend even crossed bodies of water and landed in the great land of the UK, excuse me, where in 2014 the Daily Star wrote 3 front-page stories about sightings of the black-eyed children in the haunted pub in Staffordshire. Ghost hunters who believed that the black-eyed children were extraterrestrials, vampires, or ghosts took these alleged sightings very seriously. Nowadays, people still claim to see the black-eyed children when driving late at night down an empty road or outside of their window late at night or even lurking in the shadows of their room.
God, no. God.
Casey's like, damn it, you just ruined it.
I'm going to wake up and find Luke standing in front of me, and I'm going to punch him for no reason.
Many people...
I apologize, Luke, in advance.
Many people have reported seeing the black-eyed children standing in the corner of their room during their episodes of sleep paralysis, or even waking up in the middle of the night because they sensed someone was watching them, and in the shadows were these children.
Did I ever tell you my story of seeing a ghost?
No.
I saw a ghost, and it was a child, and it was standing in the corner watching us sleep.
Tell it.
When we lived in North Carolina, me and my ex-husband, we lived on, what was the name of that street? I can't think of it. But anyways, the old house looked like a dollhouse. Okay? Like, the architect was really weird. He built a lot of weird houses in the neighborhood. They were, like, from the 70s, right? Mm-hmm. So, but our house looked like a little dollhouse. And when we moved in, now my ex-husband worked out of town a lot. So I stayed home alone with no car, no nothing. And so I got a dog, that Hilda, my black Labrador, whatever. Anyways, so I got her, and it was weird because when we moved in, all the windows in the house were like the old latch, like metal latches that you unhook.
Yeah.
Except for the bedroom by our bedroom, who had the turnkey lock on it. So you had to have a key to unlock it. So that was the only window like that, okay?
Mm.
That room, the door to that room, had a hook lock on the outside of it. It was weird, okay? And amongst some other things. But anyways, long story short, when I got Hilda, I would sleep out on the couch in the living room, and she would lay facing towards our bedroom, and she would growl. And then finally, she stopped. And when Jeremy came back for like one of the weekends that he was there, we were laying in bed, and Hilda was on the bed with us, and I could hear her growling. And she was staring at a corner where our closet was. And I looked, and there was a kid about this tall. I swear to God, he had like a bowl haircut.
This tall, by the way, just in case.
This tall, okay? Yeah. With like a bowl haircut. I could see him, but I could see through him because I could see the corner like of the walls meeting. It was so fucking weird. And of course, me being half asleep like 3 o'clock in the morning, I went back to sleep not thinking anything of it.
Yeah.
And then I realized, I was like, I just fucking saw something. And when I woke up, it wasn't there. And it was a boy. And it was just like the freakiest fucking thing ever. And I never would sleep in that room by myself, ever. And she would, and then after, about 2 days after that incident, she quit growling. Like she stopped looking in that corner. It's like it never even happened. It was weird.
That is weird. Okay, no, I got a funny for you.
What?
I sent it to you in the messenger, remember?
Dude, I don't have Messenger on this computer, so that doesn't help me.
Okay, well, go to Google and type in Tom Segura.
No, we'll get...
No, it's only like 2 minutes.
Are we done?
Yes, that was the last thing.
Tom Segura, Mom Gummies. And it's on TikTok. That's another
The
reason.
next day, it's evening.
You can't do that one because it's not the whole story. It's on TikTok. That should be it right there.
I go into her room, and my mother is seated upright. But that is an alarming...
That's not it. What the shit? Go back.
This is why we don't do this shit.
Try it's on TikTok. Mine. It's on TikTok.
I go into her room, and my mother is...
This is why we don't do this. We put them in the show notes.
Well, I would have.
You fought witches at your college campus?
Wait.
Oh, God.
Oh, Lord. I have to hear the story next time.
No. Okay, so I'll make a deal with you, Malik. We will open a Discord channel for you next weekend when we do the show during Conspiracy Corner.
And you will host Conspiracy Corner.
Your story during Joe's Conspiracy Corner. Sound good? Sound like a plan to you?
This was in Louisiana, I'm assuming.
Oh, shit. Yeah, that... Ooh.
So this was like some voodoo witches.
You're going to have to help me out here. Mom megadosed?
Yeah, Mom megadosed, yeah. Why does it keep cutting to that one? Oh, Arkansas.
Wow. That's some Hills Have Eyes witches.
Okay, we'll just go from this point. And I'm going to give the backstory. He's taking gummies. And he's staying with his mom. He took some gummies to help him sleep. And his mom's asking if she wants gummies too. That's kind of, to me, that's the funny part. But
I go into her room, and my mother is seated upright. But that is an alarming look for an elderly woman.
She's taken 3 gummies, by the way.
Most of them lay down or lean. She's just in bed like... I go, are you okay? And she goes, no. So I take her out to the patio. I'm thinking fresh air, you know? It's clear immediately that we are in for a ride. The first thing she does, she goes, my lips, they are stuck together. I go, I'll get you some water. And she goes, why am I hungry? I said, because it's working. And she goes, the dog was here, the dog is gone? And I go, oh my God. I start to laugh so destructively hard. It is not ha ha ha. It is a deep, primal, I'm watching my 77-year-old mother get high. I'm not laughing. My nervous system is shutting down, all right? I mean, I'm watching her look at sounds, you know, she's like... It hurts. It hurts how hard I'm like... As I'm laughing, I look at her, and at one moment, her face contorts. Her face goes... And she looks at me, and she goes, tomorrow, your laughter will be tears on my corpse. And I'm like... What?
And it's because she thinks that his laughter is confirming her thoughts. and she then at some point she starts begging him, Tom, don't kill me.
All right, we'll do one more because Destination Fucked is always a good option.
Welcome back, everyone. Volume 22, Destination F-U-C-K-E-D. These fellas have bought a luxurious bench top. Some say it's too big for the house. Others are like, no, once we get it in, it will be a perfect fit. The crane's getting tired. It wants to rest the bench on the rail. Oh! And that is the end of this renovation. Fuel is expensive in 2022. It's important not to waste it.
Oh,
I have
shit.
nothing else to add to this video.
Oh, my God.
Cycling. We know it is a common way to end up...
No, it's Biden.
Real true story. That's actually happened to me though. Like
that sucks.
the thing that the kickback did not kick back and it started spewing out.
That fucking sucks.
Luckily, I was not away from the car. I was there, and I was like, "What the shit?" And it was scary.
Oh, he has Joe Biden on here. This is beautiful.
All right, let's go.
Up in Destination Fucked. He is okay. No, I spoke too soon. I don't think many people saw it. Like, way more people would see this if you were a celebrity or a public figure or someone in charge of a country. Arriving in Destination F can truly catch you by surprise. Bam! First there is a door, then there is no door. As a cheeky bastard that's created hours of DF content, this is the greatest facial expression I've ever seen.
He's still
it shows
holding
so
the
many
handle.
thoughts and so few thoughts all at once. Meanwhile, here's a pool minding its own business. All of a sudden, there's a car where there definitely should not be a car. This is what we call Destination Fucked Atlantis. Bloody aquatic-based fail videos. In rushes a tradie. He yells out, "Would you like a quote? Do you want a quote for me to rescue you?" Then he says, "Nah, just kidding. I'm not an asshole." Into the water these two legends go to commence Operation Rescue Shithouse Driver.
Look,
there
they're not
she
gonna
is.
sink.
No
They're not
worries.
gonna
It's
sink.
a
You don't have to break the window.
feel-good Destination F story. Everyone's okay. Oh, I might need to pop up me Vegemite censorship here. Everyone says, "You know you're not meant to park there. It's a pool." She replies, "Haha, yeah, very funny," and walks away to have a mid-strength beer and a Panadol after that conundrum. Thanks to Neve for sending in your workout video to aussieman.com/submit, link below. I'm proud of you. Well done using the monkey bars to get fit and nearly break your neck.
Damn.
Wait for it. Wait for it. You know the moment is coming, but you don't know where it's coming from. Is it the bloke in the front? Is it the bloke at the back? This sounds like I'm commentating
I think
a
the
porno.
bloke in the back.
Oh, there it is. The bike goes in the river. I don't know if I'd walk on this bridge, with my regular feet, yet alone use
Right
a
in the
bike.
crack.
This entire bridge represents destination fucked in physical form. What are you up to? What's your story? Boxing? That's a good exercise. That's not boxing. That is a discounted flash sale airfare to destination F. I can't be too harsh. Being at home with a toddler all day can scramble your brain. Her kid is already roasting her, and he's not even a bloody teenager yet.
I saw your
We often
panties.
see umbrellas in this series, don't we? There's a lot of Mary Poppins wannabes out
shit.
there. Oh no, streakers. It never ends well. 3, 2, 1, bam! Destination fucked. That was a well-executed rugby tackle by a rugby game security team. It adds up. It's interesting when people are proud of sending themselves to Destination F, isn't it? Here's a house that was for sale for almost 400 grand.
Oh.
Like the glass door in the video earlier, now there is no house. When change occurs, it can happen fast,
just floating
in the
off.
blink of an eye. Unless someone is really passionate about living in Destination Fucked full time, I don't think this property will sell. I don't think so. Cheers for watching, everyone. Whack the like button to avoid Destination Fucked, I promise.
Ooh, that guy was
and check
lucky.
out AussieManShop.com for all your merchandise needs. The links are below to all of my shit. See ya.
Links below to all my shit.
Oh, man. Well, that's going to do it for tonight. A little bit of a shorter show, even though we finished at the same time. That's what she said. No, nothing.
Oh, yeah. That's what Beth says all the time. Maybe short, but we fit it at the same time.
But it has been a fun show, even with all the technical difficulties that we fixed.
Now Justin's going to go home and stare at the corner of his room.
Well, seems we've got another phone call. Oh, I got to take this.
I don't think y'all understand how a phone works.
Yep. Uh-huh. Yep. Oh, Pop didn't like the show?
Tell him to eat a dick.
Tell Pop that we said, fuck you!
And eat a dick. You hung up before he could eat his dick.
Thank you, Joe. Anyway, that's it for tonight. I'm Justin.
I'm Joe.
I'm Kate.
Tally ho, lads.